Hey, what's up, everybody? This is D from Brooklyn. I just want to first start out by saying happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you guys had time to spend with your families, love, laugh, and enjoy the time because nobody's guaranteed to or promised tomorrow. So, with that being said, I want to say there's some laundry being done because when you're home, you got to catch up on all those chores, including giving the tanks the once over.
From this moment on, you will now be known as Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh-ha-ha!
Welcome, brother Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh-ha-ha!
Enough of the Sharkbait.
Sharkbait!
So you get those holidays, you want to clean up the tank before the family comes over. Of course, I did a little bit of that, and I just take a little time to look at the tanks and see what's going on, what should be done versus what's going on. If you guys follow me on Instagram, D from Brooklyn, you'll see that I had to make some changes because the mushrooms are actually growing all the way across the baseline of the tank. It happens when your tank is doing well, it does well. and if you got soft corals, they go through explosions of growth. So I actually moved a few mushrooms, one upstairs and one into this tank over here. As you can see, it's adjusting to the molly tank. And if you haven't seen my boy over there, I got a little blenny in there. As somebody made a comment, it's like, D, add some more interesting fish in there. We're getting tired of looking at mollies. I know. I like mollies. I'm fascinated with the fact that they are brackish and they can cross over and they are very resilient. But of course, not everybody likes what you like. But once again, guess what? It's my tank, so go screw yourself over 2 times like a screwdriver. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, also in addition to that, and I hope you're not lagging too much because my battery is running low, I got a white, like a albino-ish pink urchin. Hopefully you can see it from the top. But I got a pink urchin down there. He's mainly white and hard to see, but I'm really getting used to this guy. He is enormous. He's in there kind of on some tank maintenance. I hope the phone's not lagging too much, but once again, my battery is dying, and I got that old Samsung Note, so what are you going to do? But bear with me anyway. And everybody is chilling for the most part. So now, in the ways of maintenance, when you don't have the long spinies, as I do in this tank, my guy over there, the black stallion over there, is really a pretty well-behaved urchin in the ways that he doesn't move stuff around, does some good maintenance and cleanup. And hey, there's my little cave goby chilling over there. He doesn't sit out in the open that too often, but he's in chill will mode. So there's my clear transparent cave goby over there chilling, looking at the urchin. Maybe they're having a conversation, I don't know. But back to the urchin. He's doing over there chilling, whereas this one over here loves to move stuff. He drives me absolutely nuts. He loves to move stuff, and this is why I have this little tool in here, my little doser, which I use to feed my corals without sticking my hands in everywhere and making a big mess, because this guy is just having a ball. Now you can see him over there. He grabs a hold of things and he goes to town. But that's one of the fascinating points about having fish, is just watching how they interact with their environment. At the end of the day, it is their environment, not ours. We look at it, they live in it. And the blenny has just been all over the place. We're trying to make sure this guy is fed because the mollies are really aggressive when it comes to eating. And just time to take enjoyment of your tank. I'm gonna have to do a top off because this tank has no top off, and you can see the water levels usually up here, so I lost about a half a gallon of water at least. I'm gonna top that off. And I just ordered some Chemipure blue to add to the aqua clear, just to do a little bit of water polishing. This tank is also due for water change, so I'll be doing that a little later. But I want you to look at one of my previous videos. And the thing about urchins, when they get to eating and nibbling on algae and things out on the rock, you can always know. Look at that rock where it gets white, where they eat down to the rock. You always know when there's an urchin in the tank because they will eat down to the rock. See that white on the rock there, that was algae like this. There was algae here. See, they eat right down to the rock. Look at those white spots. So I'm patient. I don't mind him moving a little bit. I had some kelp in here. He ate it, of course. The stuff I don't want him to eat, he eats, of course. And he's moving this around, so I expect that to disappear a little later. Stop photobombing. Dang on it. I love photobombing. It's like staring. My fry are pretty big now. They're getting pretty big. I lost a lot of the little guys, and I have to attribute that to the parents probably eating the little guys, because I should have took them out. I had about 30 little guys in here. Over the last few, they've disappeared, and I also found a ton of bristleworms. One of my large females was dead, and I found a bristleworm in the gill. So I don't know how much of a threat they are to the mollies, seeing how they're really not around each other. But as you can see, these guys can get big, and when the fish are still, they're pretty vulnerable. So I may move one of my 6-line rafts into this tank to deal with those guys. And I actually wanted to move them in here if I can get my really small ones from my local fish store. But this tank is so small, I don't want to have an abundance of fish in here because it's a really small system. But as you'll notice, you know, things will change in time with the age of your tank. Also notice that when I moved that mushroom, I had to move the mushroom because he was leaning into my rock anemone. The rock anemone was forced right up against the glass where I really can't enjoy it. It's a beautiful yellow and green rock anemone. But since these guys were extending the way they are, corals get really aggressive, especially soft corals. When these extend this way, these guys move this way. The only thing they really don't bother is the frog spawn. But the leather and the other corals will typically retract or grow away. The other thing that I lost is my Monty is down here. This is a piece of my Monty that's attached to the glass. The other piece is under this mushroom, which is really annoying me because it pretty much grew completely on top of my Montipora that was under there. You can look real close and see it down there, but of course it can't be doing that good and I can't enjoy it. So yeah, that is a pain in the tuchus. And it's just the challenges of growing a small tank. I can see that this one is going to drop a baby down there. See when they straggle like that? Try to get you close in. When they straggle like that and they extend, they usually drop. And that'll become another colony of Xenia. So I'll go in with scissors and cut it and remove it, as I did with these. You know, and then they attached to that piece of rock over there. And that worked out. But just enjoying the tanks, man. Everything's growing nice and simple. Nothing complicated, nothing crazy, no crazy equipment. Just monitoring. I don't even have the pH monitor on this tank. I'm just looking at the tank, looking for changes, looking at colors, and then dosing slightly, somewhere in the ways of about 2.5 to 3 mils of 2-part. This tank is overdue for the strontium and magnesium. I haven't been dosing this tank, which is pretty much what I call my lagoon system, because it's just simple, what you'd find shallow water wise. And that brings us to my shoreline here with my koi beta in here. No heater. I actually have to get a heater. This is down in the basement. My basement runs pretty much around, it doesn't get too much colder than about 68. Maybe at the very coldest 65, but I never see that temperature down here. So everything's chilling right now. And this guy's getting a little curious. I think he can see out there, so everything's doing all right. I hope you guys like the changes. Try to keep it natural. And yes, algae is natural, so don't panic when you get algae. There is algae everywhere on Earth. I mean, it's really funny to hear people panic about algae. Algae is in every water source on earth, freshwater, brackish water, salt water, everywhere. So it's part of their natural ecosystem. I kind of like to have the natural balance. I don't try to hand hold it or keep my hands in the tank too often if I can help it. And everything works out. Once you get the hang of what your tank's supposed to look like, you can pretty much relax and watch it and know when you need to make a change. There's my bicolor there, my Royal Grandma, which usually doesn't come out until this time. The light's going to cut off soon. And let's walk on over to the other tank. I'm going to take you over to the freshwater side now, where I took all my boys in from outside. It was freezing. I actually had an inch of ice in the pond because I had not emptied the actual water from the 70-gallon container pond, and it was frozen solid. So thank God I took my fish out there, got my paradise fish inside. Have an albino leopard Daniel over here. I really couldn't see the spots until now. This LED light really brings out the color in these guys. And I want to add, I brought some of the water from outside. I brought it inside, sat it in here, and changed the tank water with the outside water to get it more natural. And I tell you, it does make a difference. The natural rainwater and tannins that were in that water, the colors are beautiful in these fish. I mean, just look at this. Just look at the Daniel. You can see the spots in them if I can get a good angle. And they're chilling. The same thing with the clouds. The white clouds down here. I added that outside water and that pothos exploded with growth. So if you can collect that rainwater, by all means try to collect that outside water, because it definitely makes a difference over the tap water. Dozens of white clouds in here. Quite a few of the glow Daniels. Thank you to my partner in crime there, Gene, that breeds these Daniels. They are like beautiful fish, really, really pop in color. They're not painted or none of those unnatural dyes or anything, just beautiful fish. And when I say I added that outside water, you can see all the tannins in the water. I didn't clean the glass. This is a regular natural tank. I don't go nuts, but I added that water. I changed this water outside. And look at the root growth just popping out everywhere. There's brand new root growth, root growth. I trimmed back this dwarf sword here, trimmed all the dead growth. I got quite a few shrimp in here, but you never find them. They're all over the place. And it's just a really natural setting. I really enjoyed looking at this tank. Look at the little babies that were born outside. He's so tiny. He's like a decimal point, but they're really pretty. Look at the colors. They almost look like cardinals, but really pretty fish. And a testament to what fish can do when you leave them alone. I had those guys outside. They bred. I hadn't even fed them. I didn't even know they were in there. They were just eating mosquito larvae and Daphne or whatever was in that water. And they're probably the prettiest fish out of all of them. Those little ones are prettier than the parents. I mean, look at the parents. White clouds. And then look at these guys. They look like cardinals, but they are white clouds. So that's going to be it. I'm going to wrap this video up. Just giving you a quick holiday update. This is D from Brooklyn. Hoping you guys are enjoying time with your families. Counting your blessings. Remembering what you're thankful for. Because nobody's promised tomorrow. Love, peace, hair grease. This is D. I'm out. Click that like button. Got any questions? Leave them below. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Till next time, I'm out. See ya.